Looking back over the last 4 years, I wonder what the whole college decision process was really all about. Why would I have considered anything besides the College of Creative Studies? I remember the first day, Dean Tiffany emerged from his TARDIS with a wizard hat in hand, instructing us to don the very same hat to sort us into our respective majors. Okay, maybe not. But now that I've traveled down CCS Road and reached the next intersection, I can honestly say that CCS was the only way for me to get here. In front of you today are a group of people, many of whom I presume feel the same way. Students of 8 disciplines, united under a singular drive and passion to simply learn. This is more than just CCS's pickup line for potential suitors. This philosophy is the basis of a community. As I look upon everybody on this stage today, I am overcome with the realization that this is the last time all of us will be in one place together. This graduation marks more than just a departure from Santa Barbara. It marks the dispersion of this community, and I have trouble letting it go. I will miss CCS. From the outside looking in, it's easy to see CCS as a group of hardworking, quirky, somewhat stubborn students. From the inside looking in, it's even easier to see CCS as a group of hardworking, quirky, and very stubborn students. But such a view misses the forest for the trees. The point is that we are indeed what I just described, a group. As a physics major, I spent almost all of my time with other physics majors. The intensity and format of the class accelerated a bonding experience between us that would last us all 4 years. That is a physics triple pun, by the way. Intensity, accelerated, I guess bonding is chemistry. Anyway, we would meet multiple times a week to tackle the latest problem set, discussing advanced graduate level problems and teaching each other subtle but complex concepts. But don't be mistaken. We could never be confused with graduate students, unless graduate students sing and dance to Muppet tunes when completing problems, or stay up until 4 a.m. arguing whether real numbers or complex numbers would win in a fight. The second year brought our group even closer, as the sophomore lab series was easily a 30-hour-a-week affair. We were thrown in the lab with pendula and capillaries, and were told to produce a publication-worthy paper in 3 weeks with data we collected from an experiment we designed. Also, there were no windows. All of us would cross-check experimental designs and data collection methods, discuss the relevant theory, and do experiments together. As the 3 weeks drew to a close, we'd all freak out, spending all of our time in the lab up until the paper was due. We'd concoct plans to delay the TA, argue over the data, make loud noises, and dance until we all finally finished the paper. Then we'd pass out and repeat the process all over again in the next 3 weeks. These were some of the best and worst weeks of my life, but somehow spending it together with all the other physics majors made it all worth it. But us physics majors were not the only hardworking CCS students. In my freshman year, I lived in the CCS dorm in Manzanita Village called Pendola, which spanned all 8 majors in 4 years. Pendola served as the casual headquarters for CCS and as a gateway to the greater CCS community. We were 40 hardworking, quirky, stubborn students forced under one roof and with a prize of $1 million. Okay, there was no $1 million either. There were 1 million Super Balls, though. It was very interesting, to say the least. The lounge was never empty. The early morning people would enter at 5, looking for discussion with coffee in hand. Throughout the day, people would stop by whenever they had a free moment. Once classes were finished, there were always people playing games, watching movies, cooking, and just hanging out. And right before the late-night folk left, the early morning people rose to resume their posts. It was a tough job. However, Pendola was far from a place of leisure. The average unit load per student was well above 20 units. Many study sessions took place in Pendola. The first and second year physics majors set up camp in the study lounge once a week, while the first year math majors seemed to converge every day. Many bio-study sessions occurred in the study lounge at the same time, resulting in interdisciplinary discussion interspersed with a musical number here and there. From my Pendola experiences, I learned that I'm probably not working hard enough if I don't have an urge to sing and dance. Inside the CCS building itself was a slightly more formal setting. Strange group meetings called classes would take place, with an important emphasis on student-led discussions and critical analysis. Classes like sex and evolutionary medicine expected students to lead lectures on research-level topics. But just like the CCS community I have thus far described, it didn't take much for such serious discussion to degenerate into an all-out intellectual playground affair. The professors not only condoned this, they catalyzed it. Within all CCS disciplines, the professors seemed to blend in with the students. Well, except that they had years and years of research and teaching experience and a greater understanding of their subject than you did. But besides that, they pretty much fit right in. CCS really allowed me to get to know many faculty members across 4 or 5 departments. I don't know many other colleges where undergraduates interact so closely with professors, where students are seen as potential peers as soon as they get here. Additionally, I don't know what I would have done without the guidance of faculty advisors and CCS counselors like Chris and Leslie. Now that I'm at the end of the CCS road, I've come to realize that more than anything else, CCS is an academic playground. Pendola was a nursery and granted us a safe place to work and grow as social academics. My closest friends today are the very same Pendolans I spent all of my time with in my freshman year. I recognize that from here on out, no workplace can be a nursery ever again. We have to internalize our CCS experiences and use them as a foundation for future professional and personal relationships. However, we shouldn't hop off the monkey bars and take our last slide just yet. The inner child within us probably should never die. The communities that we build should allow us to break out in song and dance when we solve yet another problem. That is the legacy of CCS. We are graduating as a group of intelligent, hardworking individuals who are not afraid to have a little fun. Thank you.